Okay, so I thought I needed rear wheel bearings because it was making this screaming sound, screeching at me. So I brought it into a shop to have that done, and when the mechanic got to taking it apart, he said it actually wasn't the wheel bearings, it was just that the brakes, the springs had popped out, and they were grinding into the rotors or whatever and just making terrible sounds. So he just had to buy a hardware kit for the brakes, and wound up being like $160, and he put them back together and fixed it all up. But when he returned the van to me, it was leaking diesel fuel. So I had to bring it to a diesel mechanic to fix the fuel leak. And that was no huge deal. Diesel mechanics aren't cheap. They're about $100 an hour. So that was like $400 to get that fixed. But now, mechanically, this beast is running. She's good. There's nothing else that needs to be done to it. So now really the only thing that I have to worry about is the lift. And as you see, I've painted the bucket. Just got to put the control panel back together, but just use the oil-based gloss paint. Got a nice ladder. Put a little stop right there so that it's just nice and firm in place. Held in with a bungee right there. Everything's going real well. It's no longer leaking hydraulic fluid. Probably all just leaked out. And put a ratchet strap on it to hold it in place. And I'll probably just deal with that in the springtime. But other than that, everything is running great. I've been using it as my daily driver. It's a little messy right now, but we even got this door working. See that? She opens up. This one here still doesn't. I have to pull on this cable. But that's really no big deal either. It's trashed right now. I just finished a job, so I've got to clean it all out. But put some shelves in there, built some shelves, and yeah, ready to go. We are here in Hendersonville at Busy Bee Printing, and just realized the vinyl lettering I was going to have put on the van does not stick to the Raptor liner. So we've got a slight problem on our hands, but the graphics are looking really good. Let's go take a look. Okay, so we're back here in Brian's shop. There's Brian. And Titan sprayers, graphics, Mr. Rue's painting. Got some Benjamin Moore and Sherwin-Williams logos. And we're just gonna have to stick these to some pieces of sheet metal and then bolt them to the sides of the van. We even built a center console. Little compartment here. Put this up. Some more compartments in there. So I just got back from Busy Bee, and we've got the graphics. They're ready. I went and got some sheet metal, and we just mounted them on the sheet metal. And so here's one of them, the Benjamin Moore Paints logo. That's going on the van. And got my trusty rusty ladder. Got some self-tappers here. Got my trusty rigid drill. Got some liquid nails. We're gonna get this job done. Let's get to it. I've got company. They came to make fun of me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Leah makes fun of me and Mo laughs at her. I think he laughs at me. Mosey! Hey, bud. Such a cutie. We got one side of the van done. Looking pretty good. What do you think, Leah?
Looks nice.
How'd I do?
Nice.
It's not bad. All I got left to do is paint the screws so you don't see those. And yeah, it's like a rolling billboard.
Fentanyl bus at the port of entry in Nogales, Arizona. Take a look at these photos here. 3 separate fentanyl busts in a 48-hour.
What a surprise. Peeling paint on the Chevy van. There you have it. Busy Bee window tint. Got me all taken care of. I was hoping to go pick up some cedar planks, some cedar 2x8s that I bought. Buddy Zach picked them up from a lumber yard so I could get his discount. And I was going to put a deck up there on the roof. But with this cold, freezing rain that we've had, we do get ice here in Tennessee. It does get pretty cold some days. So that project is going to be on hold. Still got to put those switches back in that bucket. But sometimes I like to park in the bushes, you know, when I'm in the mood. What's up, guys? So, huge turn of events. Brought the van in to transmission shop in May. It was May 5th. Everything was going good, having a good time, enjoying myself, fixing up the van, getting everything ready. You know, I thought anything could go with it. Maybe transmission could go. I knew I was going to have to fix the boom. And as soon as I bought the van, I was willing to do all those repairs. And sure enough, everything was going good. Daily driver, using it for work. And then lost reverse. So I said, okay, I better get this thing into the transmission shop. It was hard driving a van that size with no reverse. I got stuck once or twice and got in some difficult spots, and hard to maneuver a van that big and long. And so I brought it into a transmission shop May 5th, and he said it'd be about $3,000. He quoted me a price of between $2,700 and $3,300. He said 2 weeks. I said, that's perfect. I thought for van this size, this heavy duty E350, it's gonna be a lot more than I was thinking. 5, 6, 7 grand for a transmission. Nope, $3,000, 2 weeks. So it's now December 2nd. It's December 2nd. The van is still at his shop. I painted the guy's house in exchange for the labor. You know, it turned into a disaster, just sitting there waiting, and I didn't want to harass the guy, so I'd call him every once in a while and check in and say, hey, how's it going, and he couldn't get it fixed. And finally, when September rolled around, he said, you know, I can't get this van's computer to sync with the transmission. He tried it, he got another computer, and that one wouldn't work either. He borrowed one from a friend, I guess, and that one worked, but the friend wouldn't sell it to him. And I don't know. The guy's got 100 cars at his shop, and I think he's just overwhelmed with work and doesn't want to put in the time to get mine working. So he called me in September and said, you know, I can't fix this thing. And I was like, well, what do we do? So he cut me a check for the painting I did at his house, and then he said, can I sell the transmission? Because he rebuilt it. And he spent hours, you know, working on the van. I'm like, go ahead, sell the transmission. So he's sold the transmission, so my van is now sitting at the transmission shop up in Madison, Tennessee, with no transmission in it. In the meantime, I had to go out and buy another truck. And I also bought my daughter a car. So it's like my dad passed away and I inherited his car. My wife's got a car. So at this point, I've got so many vehicles at my house that I have no place to put an 11,000-pound van. Not only that, there have been so many things that have happened. My dad passed away and all these other things. I got so tired of painting and running crews that I'm not even in the painting business anymore. So I took another job working for a vending company, just filling vending machines in Nashville. They gave me a box truck and a route, and I did that for like the past month and a half. And you know, I said I'm done with painting. Turns out I quit the job and I'm painting again. But I don't really have the intention of making this I'm looking for another job, and I don't want to be in the painting business anymore. So really I have no need for this van, and it's been sitting there. It's now December. It's been sitting there since September, and I just don't even know what to do with it at this point. I just haven't even wanted to. People message me about buying it on Marketplace, and you know, they're all tire kickers. They don't even read the description to see that it doesn't have a transmission, and you know, I just haven't even wanted to deal with it. I'm just letting it sit there. So, kind of a sad turn of events, but stay tuned. Maybe there'll be a part 3. Maybe I'll do something with this vehicle. Who knows? We're at a standstill.